the Sahara, a vast expanse that seems inhospitable.
What are passerines and insectivorous birds?
Definitions. Passerines are known as perching birds.
And many in the Sahara are insectivores.
Why these groups are important in desert ecosystems.
They are a primary force in controlling insect populations.
And play a vital role in seed dispersal, helping plants colonize new areas.
Their presence is essential for the health of this fragile environment.
With powerful wings, the falcon soars, a symbol of resilience, high above the desert floor. Why small birds can survive in the Sahara.
Size advantages are critical. Small bodies cool down faster.
And require far less food and water to sustain themselves. Food specialization is another key to survival.
Using its beak like a lever, the wheatear expertly overturns the pebbles, exposing the beetles that shelter in the shade during the heat of the day.
Finally, high mobility is essential.
Every year, these birds undertake an epic journey across North Africa in search of vital resources.
Driven by instinct, the flock navigates the harsh desert winds, a journey that will soon reveal the life-giving waters of the distant oasis.
The vibrant American goldfinch approaches the water's edge, ever cautious of unseen predators lurking in the dense foliage.
Here at the forest stream, diverse species gather for a vital resource. A moment of peace in a busy ecosystem.
An overview of common groups in the Sahara.
As the wheatear takes flight, it reveals the unmistakable black and white T-pattern on its tail, a key identifier for the species.
The morning wheatear, with its stark black and white pattern, prefers the dark basalt of this rocky terrain.
Here we see one of the many warblers that call this arid landscape home.
The desert warbler's pale, sandy plumage provides excellent camouflage, allowing it to blend seamlessly with the arid landscape.
The greater hoopolark uses its distinctive long, curved bill to probe the desert sands for insects.
Unlike most birds, the bar-tailed lark favors a swift sprint across the dunes, conserving energy in this harsh landscape.
The wonkwart white the most is sound or is directed to the insect found the water venue.
Blending seamlessly with the sparse, dry grass, the tawny pipit is far less conspicuous than its cousin, the wagtail.
It's often referred to as the butcher bird, a fitting name given how it uses those sharp hooks to impale its catch.
From its high vantage point, the shrike locks onto its prey.
These are the Rocky Plains, a landscape forged by intense heat and time.
Sheltered deep within the crevice, these young swallows are safe from the harsh sun, but constantly hungry, begging for their next meal.
The trumpeter finch is a master of disguise, blending perfectly with the arid landscape, spotting This vibrant oasis is teeming with life.
Slow motion reveals the intricate details of the bath, a moment of vital refreshment for these small birds.
This oasis is teeming with life. Such rich insect populations provide a vital food source.
As the sun sets on the oasis, the swallows return, signaling the close of another day of survival.
The white-crowned, mourning, and desert wheatears all demonstrate remarkable adaptability.
The desert warbler relies heavily on the thorny embrace of the acacia, rarely venturing far from its protective cover.
Known as the butcher bird, the northern shrike is a sit-and-wait predator, patiently scanning the landscape for its next meal.
In the relentless desert heat, small size is a distinct advantage.
From this solitary perch, the wheatear surveys a kingdom shaped by wind and time.
The arrival of rain in this is a momentous event.
Following the rain, the temperate forest is transformed. Bees, ants, and grasshoppers emerge.
In the early morning light, a single drop of dew sustains life. A powerful reminder of water's preciousness.
Illustrating a layered use of the habitat, these species share the same small area, with larks.
The desert teaches us that even in the harshest environments, life finds a way. This enduring landscape
As the sun sets, we are reminded of the incredible wonder and tenacity of these small survivors.
The Sahara, a vast expanse of sun-scorched sand and rock, seemingly inhospitable. Yet, even in this extreme environment, life not only survives, it thrives.
This is the domain of specialists, and few are more specialized than the larks.
Why do larks dominate the Sahara? The answer lies in their remarkable adaptations.
From their physiology that conserves water, to their cryptic plumage for camouflage.
And it begins with their feeding strategies, a mastery of finding sustenance. Their primary food sources are seeds, packed with energy. And insects, a vital source of protein and moisture in this arid world. Among these desert specialists, 4 key species stand out. First, the bar-tailed lark, named for the distinctive pattern on its tail. It is a small, resilient bird, spending nearly its entire life on the ground. Its constant vigilance is key to evading predators in this open landscape.
Meet the aptly named desert lark, a slightly larger and more robust species.
Its sandy, streaked plumage is the pinnacle of desert camouflage. Hardy and practical, it embodies the spirit of a true desert survivor. Then there is the greater hoopoe-lark, a bird of striking character.
Its name comes from the distinct black and white patterns on its wings and tail.
It is an active and fiercely territorial bird, always on the move.
Finally, the thick-billed lark, a bird built for power. Its defining feature is its bill, a formidable tool for cracking the toughest seeds.
Determined and industrious, it works tirelessly to find food.
These larks share a suite of behaviors and adaptations essential for desert life. Chief among these is ground foraging. The desert floor is their larder. Each species employs a slightly different technique to unearth seeds and insects.
With water so scarce, how do they stay clean? The answer is dust bathing.
A vigorous shimmy in the fine sand helps to remove parasites and condition feathers.
This behavior is crucial for maintaining plumage in peak condition.
But perhaps their most vital adaptation is their camouflage plumage.
A cryptic pattern of sandy browns and grays makes them virtually invisible. This is their primary defense against the keen eyes of aerial predators.
But larks are not just masters of survival, they are also gifted vocalists. In these vast, open landscapes, sound travels far.
Singing is crucial for attracting mates and defending territory.
Some will take their territorial displays to the air in spectacular fashion.
The greater hoopoe-lark performs an elaborate display flight.
It parachutes down on stiff wings, a clear signal to all rivals.
The message is clear. This territory is taken.
From their specialized bills to their territorial songs. The desert larks are a testament to the power of adaptation. True masters of their ground-dwelling world. Survival here depends on efficiency. Every movement has a purpose.
Awareness is a constant state. A shadow from above can mean the difference. Some, like the thick-billed lark, create their own opportunities. Speed on the ground is as important as flight, for chasing prey or escaping.
While largely solitary foragers, social bonds are maintained through brief calls.
The detail in their plumage is not just for camouflage, but for species recognition.
Subtle displays, like the raising of a crest, communicate mood and intent. Moments of opportunity, like a brief rainfall, must be seized immediately.
Conserving energy is paramount. The midday sun is a formidable adversary.
Even their posture is an adaptation, minimizing contact with the scorching ground.
As the heat of the day subsides, activity resumes with territorial calls.
Knowledge is passed down. Learning how to use their specialized tools takes practice.
Nests are simple affairs, mere depressions in the sand, relying on camouflage.
They are unbothered by the shifting sands, a constant feature of their world.
Some have bills adapted not just for cracking, but for probing deep for larvae.
Though they are ground dwellers, their flight is strong and direct when needed.
Disputes are common. Territory means access to food and mates, a valuable asset.
Hearing is as important as sight for detecting the subtle sounds of prey.
As night falls, the larks find shelter and rest, conserving energy for the dawn.
A new day brings the renewal of the cycle of survival in the Great Sand Sea.
The search for food is a constant, patient effort, rewarding the diligent.
Moments of high-protein opportunity are rare and must be seized with speed. Feather maintenance is not just about cleanliness, but about aerodynamics and insulation.
From the air, they gain a commanding view of their territory and any intruders.
Their keen eyesight is adapted to spot the slightest movement in the landscape.
Beyond seeds and insects, they will also dig for starchy roots and tubers.
Survival skills are taught from the first day of life.
First lesson: when danger is near, become part of the landscape.
The aerial displays are not just warnings, but also elaborate courtship rituals.
Not all songs are complex melodies. Some are simple, forceful statements.
A constant conversation unfolds across the desert, defining boundaries of sound.
The bar-tailed lark offers a more melodious contribution to the desert chorus.
Even these masters of the ground must defend against threats from other species.
Rare sources of water become hubs of activity, forcing a temporary truce.
Resourcefulness means exploring every possible food source, no matter how unusual.
Rest and digestion in the shade are critical for maximizing energy from food. While preferring to walk, flight is the efficient way to cross unsafe, open ground. They sometimes associate with larger animals, feeding on insects they disturb.
They are attuned to the subtle signs of the desert's changing moods.
When the storm hits, the only option is to find shelter and wait it out. After the storm passes, a new landscape emerges, offering fresh foraging.
The first order of business is always to re-establish one's claim.
The desert's harshness can also bring reward, uncovering hidden resources.
For the larks, the transformed world is simply home, with its own rhythms.
The bar-tailed, the desert, the greater hoopoe, and the thick-billed lark.
Each a perfect product of evolution, a specialist of the ground.
They demonstrate that even in the most forbidding of places,
life finds a way to carve out an existence through perfect adaptation.
They are the quiet, resilient heart of the Sahara.
The ground-dwelling passerines of the Great Desert.
Agile and vigilant, the wheatear constantly hawks insects mid-air, often launching from a high perch.
The distinctive morning wheatear, seen here foraging in the early morning light. A solitary and watchful
The white-crowned black wheatear is a striking, largely black bird with a contrasting bright white crown. This bush-loving insectivore displays a secretive and meticulous personality, primarily searching vegetation in oases for insects.
a small, inconspicuous warbler, typically pale sandy brown with a slender bill and a relatively long tail.
The desert warbler, a pale sandy brown insectivore, displays a meticulous personality.
This specialized insectivore exhibits a methodical and persistent personality, diligently searching dense bush vegetation for prey.
Here in the desert oasis, the vibrant reddish breast and gray head of the male subalpine warbler provide a splash of color as it searches for food.
We begin with feeding strategies.
The white-crowned black wheat hare, vigilant and robust. From the desert cliff, it launches powerfully, hawking insects with impressive agility. Highly adapted to this arid environment, the desert wheat hare is a resourceful and tenacious forager.
This small, inconspicuous warbler is a meticulous insectivore, primarily searching the dense vegetation of
In the heart of the vast desert lies this oasis, a critical refuge supporting a surprising array of insect life.
The northern wheat hare agilely hawks insects, while the desert warbler meticulously searches the open.
The subalpine warbler, a colorful migrant notable for the male's gray head, reddish breast, and white eye ring.
The flurry of activity ceases as the stars begin their nightly dance across the vast desert sky.
It is a resilient and adaptable creature, prudently managing its energy by resting in shade during the hottest part.
A desert wheatear and a morning wheatear rest near each other, a temporary truce called in the face of the oppressive heat.
The desert wheatear is highly adapted to this harsh environment. Here we see it utilizing the tiny
Morning wheatear conserves energy, patiently waiting within the cool shade of the crevice for the intense midday heat to subside.
It is a discerning bird, prudently managing its daily activities by feeding at dawn and dusk and seeking shade during the peak heat.
Spectacular conclusion to the day, proving that even the harshest landscapes hold a serene beauty.
Every year, a silent, ancient promise awakens millions of tiny hearts.
It's a call to journey, a pull towards the distant south.
From lush breeding grounds in the north, they must travel to their wintering homes. An odyssey that demands they cross one of Earth's most formidable barriers. The Sahara Desert.
Among these remarkable travelers is the willow warbler.
Weighing just a few grams, its journey spans thousands of kilometers.
It is often joined by its close relative, the persistent chiffchaff.
Subtly different, yet sharing the same incredible migratory drive.
Adding a splash of color to the procession is the energetic yellow wagtail.
A restless traveler, always in motion, following herds for insects. Not all migrants are gentle foragers. The red-backed shrike, a fierce and resourceful hunter, also makes the trip.
Its unique habit of impaling prey serves it well, even on migration.
Masters of the air also join this exodus. The social house martin
is known for its striking white rump and tireless, acrobatic flight.
And its exceptionally graceful cousin, the barn swallow.
A familiar sight, skimming low over fields and water on its long journey.
But how do these tiny athletes survive such an arduous journey? The first key is timing. Many choose to travel under the cover of darkness.
Night migration helps them avoid daytime predators and overheating in the cooler, more stable air of the night.
Survival also depends on fuel. Before they leave, birds enter a state
called hyperphagia, a period of intense feeding to build up fat.
These fat reserves are their energy source, crucial for crossing the desert.
But how do they find their way across thousands of kilometers of open sky?
Migrants possess an extraordinary internal compass. They can sense the Earth's magnetic field, an invisible map.
And even use the position of the sun as a guide.
Even with the best preparation, the desert crossing is grueling. Life-saving relief comes in the form of oases. These vital stopover sites offer precious water, food, and shelter.
Here, they can rest and refuel before facing the next leg of their journey.
But the Sahara is vast, and oases are few and far between.
It is a barrier that claims millions of lives each year. Primary cause is sheer exhaustion.
There is little hope of survival. Weather is another unpredictable killer.
Sudden sandstorms can disorient birds and make flight impossible.
Persistent headwinds can deplete their precious energy reserves twice as fast. In this arid expanse, even the smallest amount of water is a miracle.
Temporary water sources, left by rare desert rains, can mean the difference
between life and death.
Despite the immense challenges, countless millions complete the journey.
They arrive in the rich, insect-filled savannas of sub-Saharan Africa. A testament to the resilience, navigation, and sheer determination
of these incredible migratory birds.
Why do they risk it all? The answer lies in a powerful, primal instinct.
The breeding grounds of the north offer an explosion of life in summer.
Long days and abundant insects provide the perfect conditions to raise young. But this bounty is fleeting. As summer wanes, the days shorten and food vanishes.
The wintering grounds in Africa, however, remain rich and warm. Migration is an evolutionary trade-off, a perilous journey for a life of endless summer, moving between the two best plays on Earth.
Timing of their departure is critical, triggered by changing day length.
Many birds follow the same ancestral routes year after year.
For a young bird on its first migration, The journey is a leap of faith. Guided only by instinct, it must navigate a path it has never seen. Let's revisit how they conquer the desert itself. To find cooler air, many birds ascend to remarkable altitudes. High above the desert, they can also catch favorable tailwinds,
saving huge amounts of energy and shortening their crossing time.
Water conservation is another critical survival strategy.
They also produce metabolic water as they burn their fat reserves. For some, the best strategy is a non-stop, high-speed dash across the sands.
But this ancient journey now faces new, man-made threats. The vital stopover sites, the oases and wetlands, are shrinking. A migrant arriving at a degraded oasis finds no refuge, no water, no hope. Climate change is making the Sahara even hotter and wider. This extends the non-stop flight required, pushing many birds past their limits.
Yet, there is hope. Conservation efforts across continents are working to protect and restore these crucial migratory flyways.
For now, the cycle continues. After a winter in the south,
The pull of the northern breeding grounds calls them home again.
Their arrival is a cherished sign of spring.
A fragile, feathered link connecting two continents.
Each species brings its own unique character back to the landscape.
the skies are once again filled with the acrobatics of swallows and martins. It is a journey of incredible endurance, a marvel of the natural world.
From the smallest warbler to the fiercest shrike. They all share the courage to face the great sand sea.
Their journey reminds us that our world is interconnected.
The health of a forest in Sweden is linked to a savanna in Nigeria.
And protecting these travelers means protecting habitats at both ends of the Earth.
Or see a swallow carving arcs in the summer sky. Remember the desert they crossed to get there.
Remember the strength packed into the tiniest of wings.
And the ancient, unwavering promise of return.
the true face of the desert, an apocalyptic wall of sand that turns day into night.
Challenges for migratory species.
Disappearing stopover sites.
A group of tired migratory swallows is huddled on a power line in this linked town.
The desert quail chick investigates the unopened buds, searching for sustenance. Finding nothing, it quickly moves on.
Every year, countless birds attempt the crossing. For this one, the desert proved too great an obstacle.
It wasn't easy, but as you can see, our conservation actions are truly making a difference here.
Species is the tropical tanager, band number 45B, weight 12.5 grams.
With incredible precision, the cactus wren ensures its survival in this harsh landscape.
The map clearly shows the extent of the migration, reinforcing the need for international cooperation along these flyways.
As you can see on the satellite imagery,
deforestation has stabilized in this quadrant.
But what about the impact?
Why small birds matter for the Sahara ecosystem.
As the locusts descend, so too do the sparrows, providing vital pest control for the struggling crops. The raven, having eaten the berries, takes flight and soars across a barren patch of desert, carrying the seeds within it.
This is how nature engineers dispersal. The bird consumes the fruit.
The time-lapse captures the rapid growth from seedling to a mature bush. It now provides vital shelter.
This healthy verdant, with its vibrant plumage and clear eyes, is a living testament to this thriving desert environment.
The paved road, while a convenience for some, is a formidable barrier for the small creatures of the desert, disrupting ancient migration paths. Drawn in by the artificial glow, the swallows circle endlessly, unable to find their migratory path.
Survival here is a daily struggle. A single drop of water can mean the difference between life and death for these birds.
By attaching these lightweight tags, we can finally track the incredible migration patterns in real time.
Be careful around this wildflower here.
It's amazing how fast they bounce back once the invasives are gone.
The wildfire leaves a scar, but nature's resilience is swift. The arrival of the mountain bluebird.
A stark reminder of our footprint. This robin, attempting to build a home, incorporates the debris we leave behind.
They are crucial to the desert ecosystem. They spread the seeds.
So they make more plants.
Exactly. Who can name this one?
This fence should keep the camels out.
Look, the sand grouses are already returning.
This small oasis offers a brief respite, but as the view expands, the true scale of the Sahara.
Chirp, chirp, tweet, tweet, cheep, cheep, cheep.
That's the Gila woodpecker. Because of guests like you, we can protect this habitat. It's vital to the ecosystem here.
A vital addition to the restoration zone, this new pool is already attracting life, demonstrating the project's early success.
In this vast landscape, the hummingbird endures, a tiny symbol of resilience.